Good morning. Happy P-Day. I don't know what this week is at all. I think it's P-Day 13, but I haven't even looked at my schedule. So happy P-Day, whatever episode this is. Um, it's gonna be a chill stay in the dorm again. I think I'm gonna get some editing done because I need to do that. I was already 2 weeks behind on the editing because when I went up to Riga, I ended up just doing schoolwork that week since my travel day was a Friday. And so here we are. Why am I not doing anything? One, because I'm lazy. Two, because I'm actually exhausted. And three, I've been doing quite a lot of commuting between tracking. And that's like a 3 hour commute there and back. So 1 hour 30 roughly there, 1 hour 30 back. You could even round it up to almost 4 hours, depending on if I make it to the train station too early, because the bus sometimes can't really predict with traffic. Um, why have I been to Tracky 3 times this week? Here's the rundown. Sunday was Easter, so I was there all day. Wednesday, I took Lara, one of my colleagues in my ISEP group, and I showed her around. And Thursday was completely unplanned, but I was already in Panade, and I kind of asked myself, okay, am I gonna come back to my dorm and be texting my mom and dad about life? Because there's a family debacle going on right now. Or do I just go ahead and go back to Take and take like a solo trip, walk by the lake or by town, which is what I ended up doing actually. And go visit the Kyrie Museum, which has been on my bucket list. And so that's what won ultimately, because the train going back into Vilnius was coming way too soon, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the platform in time, because I still had to walk from the memorial all the way back to the train station, so I just went ahead and bought the one going the complete opposite direction. But I actually had a wonderful time at the museum. Special thanks to the curator, highly recommended. I was the only one there when I went, and she was super nice and was like using Lithuanian with me to explain to me what things are. And I was just kind of like, okay. Um, it's a neat little museum, and I loved learning a little bit more about who the Karaim are and stuff, because I think that's important. So that was that, and then I came back, and yeah, today's just gonna be a chill day. At some point, I will go by the grocery store to buy, I think, chicken, because I want to make stir fried, pan fried. I don't know what it's called, pan fried chicken. The chicken that I bought the other day was actually spoiled, and so I ended up not cooking it yesterday because it just, yeah. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe it's just like oxidization issues, because sometimes that happens with chicken. But then, like, I cooked a piece and I tasted it, and it was like, oh, no, this is actually spoiled. And I was like, I don't feel like risking food poisoning, so we just threw out the entire batch. So there's that. So that's kind of the day, I guess. I'm gonna get ready because I need to do my teeth and everything. I'm gonna actually hop in the shower because I feel gross. Actually, I don't feel gross, but I just need to wash my hair. Um, and yeah, we'll see what we get into. So, need to put some dishes away. This is our dish drying area. See, when it's by myself, no offense to my roommates, but it looks pretty, right? Cutting board, big plate. I will probably use some of it again when I make the chicken, because I originally grabbed it all for the chicken. Minus this. This is because I put my food in Tupperwares. It's just easier to make sure I'm like eating even portions every single day. Instead of like my meal prep days, I used to eat like a third or a half of what I would normally get as a meal. And then I think I'm going to cut up some avocado, because these are getting a little soft and we don't like that. These are not my oranges, but they're looking a little sad. So none of it's leaving juice on the table. And then there's the frying pan. So I do need to put up the little, what are they called? Tongs, since I don't need that for breakfast. Of course, I gotta mention that the table is clean. If you can see the streaks, it's because I cleaned it yesterday. But someone took out the trash, which is really nice. For the people who can't figure out the paper, plastic, and glass, that, yeah, we have bins for those. The sink is also no longer clogged. But yep, I'm gonna make eggs. And I do probably the most like American thing, and I don't like this, but I found out that the pan that we have is very not so non-stick. Sorry, y'all, to look in the crevice. And so what do I use to fix that? Butter. I use butter to seal the pan almost every single day. I'm also grabbing out yogurt. Why do I grab it out before I cook? It's because I don't want my yogurt super cold, so I don't normally eat it right away. Today I have strawberry. But yeah, so I use butter quite a lot because this pan is notorious for sticking. I also have bread. Got it for 29 cents. Hopefully it doesn't go bad. It probably will go bad once I'm like towards the bottom though, knowing the fact that Cecilia is not here to help me with it. Just use salt and butter. Typical. The eggs are bigger today. I got eggs on sale last time and they were small. So these are like medium, I guess. Medium, large, I don't know. Here's the toast. What I do is I just put a little butter in the pan because butter doesn't spread as easily as vegan butter. Just because this is actually made from that separated part of milk versus vegan butter, which is from like vegetables usually. And then there's the finished eggs. So what I normally do is I actually take back the salt, the lighter, and this, I'm going to take the yogurt with me back into the room first, and then I'll let the bread, as you can tell there's no flame, because I turn off the heat once I flip it, it just cooks on the other side. There's one thing, and you can tell the the pan is wet, and I keep the knife, the knife is for the butter. I don't know if that was explicitly shared. And the spatula, I'm lazy in the fact that normally when my roommates are here, I do dry it with the drying rag, but since they're not, I just leave it as is and it will just air dry on its own. Same thing with the drying rack. I don't actually use it for the most part unless I'm being super lazy and it's like empty, because it's just more efficient in my opinion to hand dry when they're here so that they have the space to put stuff, because they don't normally hand dry any of the things. So me being lazy. Here's the yogurt. So that's why I had the spoon out and the fork, and I'm gonna do some scripture reading because it's always a good way to start the day, even though I don't normally do it on a Saturday if I have like an adventure or anything. But I think I'm gonna do it today just because it is a day in. I have like 4 pages left in here, as you can tell, so I do have the next one for when I run out. And then I think the other thing I'm going to work on is working in that black notebook right there, because I need to put in the Lithuanian notes. So all these little green tabs are with language grammar notes of the Lithuanian language. What is this today? Or like what is on this page? From the 22nd, periods of time, okay, so this is like how to write different times, amount of time spent, buying a ticket for a certain time, means of transport, and distance from and to. And then as you can tell, I haven't done Lithuanian since I started on it yesterday, because I put in the vocabulary words first, and then I get to the green tabs, so that's also something I need to finish. And then I also use it when I take my math quiz, as you can tell. All of my math quizzy stuff. This is from Unit 5, so this was 2 weeks ago. Scrap notebook, at its finest. I kind of put everything in it. Oh, there's Hangman. The kiddos and I, during one of our Wednesday night calls, we were doing Hangman. Yeah. Yep. These are mine. This is from Sadie. I would have to write it usually so I can visualize what's going on. She learned how to spell the word weird. That's progress. And then we didn't do that one because I think I was kind of done. And we haven't done Hangman since also because Sadie, for the most part, does like the same thing. Here's me writing words. Scrap notebook. When a pen dies, I can just flip to a random page. I'm sure there's like glue. Oh, here's like a full-on paragraph I wrote. Or not wrote, but copied. I do have my own writing in here. A few weeks ago, I did that writing practice. I don't know where it is at this point. I just remember it was at like the bottom of a page. It's probably after the dialogue. Let's see if we can find it. Maybe it was right when I got here. That could also be the case. That's dialogue. Oh, yep. See, writing practice. It was at the beginning. I need to do more of these writing practices. I think it's going to give me confidence on how to speak the language. And then me trying to fix errors. So yeah. What I'm currently working on, I always start with the thumbnail. It's the easiest thing to do, which is why I do it. And you can tell, this was the last episodes. So I do need to take away these pictures. Oh, okay. I pushed that way too many times. And I think I can get rid of this, yes. So this is kind of like a copy of this. I guess we can delete this real quick. Yeah. Oh, I have it locked. Never mind, we'll come back to that. But I basically just copied this and then made the background go from blue to this color because Vilnius University colors is maroon. Here's a duplicate. And this, I'm going to lock it. As you can tell, it has a cross, like, whatever, it's scratched out over Lithuania, because I used this for Latvia, kept it very simple. But there is a hidden thing in my thumbnail, which is the fact that it also has a Gilman logo. It's tiny when you actually pull it up on YouTube, so I don't think people really notice it. I kind of hid it because we're allowed to use it, but at the same time, I don't want it to be like, you know, screaming at you. So this is P-Day number 10, which is crazy. It is the last P-Day that I'm editing for a while. Here is the folders. As you can see, all the P-Days that haven't been uploaded. I am on the last one. For, yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a better name most likely, but yeah, last P-Day to edit, which is crazy. I did make churros that day, but I wouldn't consider it churros. They were more like pastry puff situation. They were really good. Let's get editing. I don't know how long it's actually been. It's not been an hour, I know that, because I've been texting family. But timeline is done, so time to export. And I like this editor. It's not my preferred editor, but Premiere Pro is too expensive, and so I bought this cheaper one. But the export button's right there, which I like. Makes exporting much easier. And then you click video. And it does its little magic. And there's me. Hello. Alrighty, headed to the store. I was messaging Dad at Chris. But I actually need to go buy chicken if I want to make that for dinner. Throwing out the 2 jugs. One of them isn't mine. One of them I think is mine. I don't even remember. I'm pretty good about putting trash by the door that I need to take out, so that's why I think the one by the door was mine. And the other one was just under the table. I think it's Cecilia's. I'm not 100% sure. So, I'm gonna do that. It's pretty chilly today, but I like it. It is good. I completely forgot if I was walking into the store that I actually have a package as well. Super quick. I think I put in the order yesterday morning before I started math. I think that sounds about right. But I got Sadie and I something matching. So I'm gonna show you guys back in the room. Bit of a grocery haul. I have the receipt. Let's get started. It's short because I didn't have to get that many things. I got chicken that is actually pink. Actually, the other one was also fine. It just tasted bad, and that's how I knew it was spoiled. This is normally $4.99. It was on sale today, so it was $3.99. €3.99. I got something that I wasn't planning to. If I can find it, I got starch. It's messy. Starch. This was 79 cents, and the reason why I got it is because I've been using Cecilia's cornstarch. I actually, fun fact, I think at our house we don't really normally keep cornstarch because potato starch pretty much does the same thing. And we have like a resealable bag for the cornstarch, so we can just throw that in there. Or I have Ziploc bags. Ooh, okay. Water. This was 37 cents, and it's 1.5 liters. And still water is usually for school. I'll drink sparkling water in the room, or juice, or something other. And everything's covered in starch, because the starch, we're all like messy. And then I got gira, or also known as kvass. And that one was $1.99. And it is super bubbly at the top too. So we're gonna let that do that. I have starch all over me now. And in the back. Let's see. Shake. Oh yeah, I feel all the starch in this corner. Good thing my roommates won't see that I did this for a very long time. Ooh, okay. And also, let's figure out what's in this package. So I'm going to be honest, I know what I wanted to order, but I didn't end up buying everything that I wanted to order from the school store. And so I don't remember what I ended up actually keeping in the cart. Once again, I ordered it yesterday, so very impressed that it's already here. And one of the items is not for me. Ooh, fun stuff. All maroon. Maroon dump. Okay. That's trash. Cool. I got this. Cool. I will go to the in-person store as well. So this isn't everything that I'm getting. I got another tote. Yep, this is the tote. The famous VU tote. I was telling Laura that I wanted one because totes aren't a huge thing in the US. Like, they're becoming a huge thing. And this is, like, the school one. I have the black one. And then there's, like, a maroon version of this. So this quality is definitely better than this one. But I think it's fun to use in the US. Here's a loose blue thread from something else. Trash it goes. So I guess I'm just gonna have like a Lithuania tote collection is what I was saying I may start doing, as it's useful, and unlike clothing, you can use it for a very long time. Which one's mine? This one's not mine. So I got Sadie and I matching, what are these called again? Sweatshirts, I think. I'm not going to undo Sadie's because I want it to stay this nice for when I put it in the suitcase. But here's mine. I don't remember what size I got. Small. So I got it in a bigger size than I normally would. So now I have a school sweatshirt. Yay. Yeah. And I got it in a size bigger. I think I mentioned that. I don't think it's shrunken, whatever the term is. So hopefully it shrinks a little in the wash. I was nervous about getting an X small because my neighbor's gotten me clothes in X small before in Europe, and it usually only fits me once if that's the case. So bigger, not always better, but in this case, safer. And then the kids one is the same thing. Has the VU logo, we can match in it. The color is darker on the adult one. But Sadie's gift checked, so I have 2 people's gifts bought so far. I know a few people's gifts that I will actually buy later because one of them, well, I'm bringing a ton of sweets back. Whatever else will fit. But one of my friends is getting a specific sweet, and I just don't think it's necessary to buy it right now, since it's at the store like all the time. And if that sweet's not available, there are multiple options. Of course, I'm gonna get Pergole chocolate to bring back. It's good, and I want to make chicken because I am hungry. So also I have notifications coming, so that's why I'm staring at the screen. Here's the chicken. It is in salt water. I got this ready for when I cut the chicken into pieces, and then I will need to dump out the starch situation. Yeah, not too hard, right? Chicken is marinated. Cleaned up a little bit. Well, put away stuff. Didn't clean up the table yet because it's only gonna get starchier anyways. And banana break. Here's the finished chicken. Here's the ones that are still cooking. But these, no offense to Chick-fil-A, probably taste better. So, homemade chicken nuggets for the kids in the future, if they ever come over. I am extra happy. I'm in a different kitchen in the dorm. This is what this one looks like. The trash can is a little different, because our little organizer, which normally is over there, is actually over here by the stove. I personally would think put organic by the stove. I don't know. But there's more tables in here as well. Like there's one under the microwave. There's a working microwave. There's more things on this table. But Minji is back, and I'm really excited. I'm really happy about it. Also, there's a pretty flag outside. Actually, it's not gonna like me. There's a flag. Obviously it's the Lithuanian flag, but I think it's pretty. The colors go really well together. So I'm really happy about it, and the chicken tastes amazing. Because I meal prepped yesterday, and so I told Minji, I was like, hey, I have all this extra chicken if you'd like some, because I just put it in the extra Tupperware to just kind of snack on, I guess, if I really wanted more chicken. And so now, she also gets food if she wants it, which is kind of the best of both worlds, I think. I've been enjoying the chicken. I put some in the meal prep, so don't worry, I didn't eat the whole plate. But this is my vegetable and rice, and then I also have avocados over there that I'm gonna eat. And then obviously I ate the banana earlier. And I'm just looking at this file because I do need to watch the video that I just edited, but make sure everything works and nothing wonky happens, and then I need to upload it. So I think that's it for today. I need to take a math quiz as well once I finish eating. And so I won't be doing a whole ton, and also my roommate's back, so we're just gonna enjoy each other's physical company, and yeah, that's a P-Day. It's a chill one. Next week should be a fun one if things don't change, so I look forward to that. See you guys next time. Bye!